I'm Leslie Gold. Through my work, I've discovered that the things we think we know about aging are wrong. Surprisingly often, the last third of our lives is not a time defined by sorrow, dread, and decline like we think, but rather by competence and fulfillment and well-being. A full 1/2 of us are happier in our later years than at any other point in our lives. My presentation to your group is about what it takes to be in that half. I came about this rather organically. I was a top-rated radio talk show host for many years in New York City. Several years ago, I began a podcast series where I spoke in great depth to folks 80, 90, 100 years old or older who have lived or were still living extraordinary lives. The podcast became a top 10 podcast, and then the podcast became a business where we record the life story of the aging parent or grandparent for their family. In that process, I or my people have interviewed hundreds and hundreds of older folks, and patterns began to emerge. A lot were happy. Not all of them, but a significant amount had more joy and contentment than at any other stage in their lives. And I thought, I want that. Who wouldn't want that? How do they do that? Before I was a radio talk show host, I went to Harvard Business School and I was a successful entrepreneur with 160 employees. After a decade, I sold my business to a Fortune 100 company. That experience brought me all the things that you would expect: financial success, strategic thinking, managerial skills, stress. It taught me a lot, but it didn't teach me any of the lessons I've learned from these fantastic older folks. These lessons are critically important. I wish I learned them earlier. There are things we can do to get there, and these things are specific and actionable. They have nothing to do with eating more salmon or keeping a gratitude journal, although I wouldn't discourage any of that. They are things such as purpose, a specific type of agency we feel in our lives, how we handle loss, maintaining a small army, and being a lifelong learner. My own findings are backed up by research from Harvard, which I present, but the core of my presentation, the heart of my presentation, is the stories. The lessons are in the stories. And just at the pivotal point, your audience hears from these people directly. I play excerpts from their actual interviews that really bring the lessons to life. These passages are what your people will remember. I'm a pretty good storyteller, I say with all the humility I can muster. But these stories are a joy to tell. They're riveting, they're touching, they're meaningful, and they resonate with people. How we think about our future affects so much. It affects our future at work, of course, but also how we think about contributions we can make to our workplace or our community or our world. When you learn the levers to pull, you can build and maintain a happier life going forward than you ever had in the past. This work has caused a paradigm shift in me and how I think about the last 1/3 of my life. It has a similar effect on the audiences I'm in front of. Your group will be enlightened and equipped with knowledge that can change the trajectory of the rest of their lives. I'm Leslie Gold. I look forward to working with you on your event.